interested in learning Salesforce? Why are you waiting? Salesforce User Group Chennai. Salesforce Career Development Program. From when 5th Feb 2022 to 14th May 2022. Training on Sunday and Saturday 9:30 am to 1:30 pm IST. 100 Days Special Learning Challenge. Join now, let's come together to network. Have fun learning from 5th Feb 2022 to 14th May 2022. Get a chance to win a certification voucher. Top 5 Trailmixes win certification vouchers. Register today, links are in the description. Join our Telegram group for event updates. Also, training video available on our YouTube channel.
Third day of this 100-day training challenge program. So last week we learned about what is CRM and how we do how we are using the CRM in our day-to-day life. And Sunday we learn about what is Sales Cloud, what is Service Cloud, everything. I think we have gone through it. This week we are going to see about Salesforce admin part. Okay, so I think everyone has learned a lot on Sales and Service Cloud last week. Have you done any trial mix on those things? I think we can see some toppers in the top trial result. Congratulations to the top 5 who is on the lead in the lead board. So again, I want to welcome once again for this event. Kathy, can you give your introduction?
Sure, thank you, Anand. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure seeing you all back. We are super excited for this workshop. We have, as always, saying, my name is Kati Mehta. I lead Salesforce Women in Tech Group Kolkata, and I'm super privileged to be, to be with Salesforce User Group here and host this wonderful workshop for you all. Our plan is to have everything in one hand so that you get an exposure of how wonderful Salesforce is and how wonderfully it works. We are also offering employers connection. Just do the Trailmixes properly, do the training properly, and who knows, you will end up getting a job. So yeah, all the best. Happy learning.
We'll be having some session, and then we'll have a break and then continue the session. Okay, that's our agenda for the day. And whoever is having any doubts or anything, they can reach out for that registration thing that we can have it at the end of the session. And Q&A will be there, so you can have these things. For today's trainer is Ruchi from 360-degree Cloud Technology Service, and she will be giving the training on admin part. So over to you. Yeah, you are audible. Just give you a brief introduction about yourself, then you can start.
Yeah, hi everyone. Good morning. So this is Ruchi Tiwari. I am from 360-degree Cloud, and I'm working in IT industry since last 5 years, and in Salesforce I was working since last 2 years. And earlier also I used to be a fresher like you all, and I was also learning at that time. And it's really a fun to learn Salesforce and to work on live projects because it's a wonderful ERP and there are a lot of things you need to explore in it. So so today we will learn some basic concepts of Salesforce. And before that, I was also in this ERP background. So earlier also I was working in some Microsoft Dynamics Navision ERP, and then I have shifted to the Salesforce ERP. So if anyone was thinking like I was not belong to the ERP background, so it doesn't matter, because it's only you're willing to learn the things matters a lot. So yeah, so let's start it. Before I will start, I can give you some brief what exactly. I hope you all have the session earlier also. What exactly the Salesforce is. So, like when we go to some stores and any stores or any business stores or anything in the business, if the business people want to manage their business in one single platform, then mostly we use the concept of ERP. So ERP concept has came only for managing, for maintaining, for marketing, all in one single platform. So that's why this ERP concept came, and the Salesforce ERP is actually providing a lot of opportunities, a lot of we can say explored, we can say a lot of user-friendly opportunities have been provided by Salesforce inside the Salesforce ERP, so that it would be more easier for the users as well as for the business people to manage their business in one single platform. So it has a different modules available in the Salesforce, like we are managing sales. Suppose there is a retailers, retail shops are there, or so they are managing the sales background in one single platform, as well as they are providing the services. Suppose they have taken the business, but now after creating the business, they need to provide some services as well. So we are giving the service cloud platform as well in Salesforce. Then how to market their business, how to reach out to maximum people, how to create the campaigns, how to make the leads converted into the means converted into their customers, because some people comes, but everyone will not come converted into the customers, right? For their own business opportunities. So in Salesforce, we are dealing with each and every modules, how we can perform and how we can make a business much more progressive. So that's a beauty about a Salesforce. So I will now share you how the Salesforce looks.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So this is, yeah. So this is the Salesforce ERP, in which we have, as I said, we have different modules like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, which you guys already know earlier. So we are managing all our modules, Sales Cloud, Service Clouds, or Marketing Clouds. Then we have Health Insurance Cloud, then Education Cloud. Means all these are managing. We are managing in a single platform. So like that, it really helps us to grow our business more productively, because we are taking everything single-handedly here. So as you can see here in the top, this is the Sales Cloud, which I'm showing you right now. So like that, we have different like Service Cloud would be there, in which there are different activities which we can perform in service. Then marketing would be there, community would be there. Like suppose there are different communities who want to use the Salesforce in their systems, and like that they can perform different tasks using the community modules. Then we have the Salesforce chatters, in which we can send different messages, which I can show you later on in details. So this is how it will look like, or if I can show you here in grasp, these are all the modules which has been provided by the Salesforce by default. So mostly our business would run on these modules, and the beauty of the Salesforce is like we don't need to grasp, we don't need to go on different websites to manage our business. Like everything is there in single platform. We can manage by marketing, we can do the sales here, we can do the apps, different apps can be provided, and suppose through Facebook or through Instagram, if we want the leads to be generated for our business, so that we can reach out to maximum people, so that we can do here in single-handedly. And like that, we have different app launchers. So this is, I'm showing you the lightning. Okay, so Salesforce has basically two different view, like how the application would look like. So this is called the lightning module, in which the application would look like this. And second module is called the classic, which was the old version. Earlier, people used to work on the Salesforce Classic. So this is the classic module. So in Salesforce, we have basically two view of users, how the Salesforce looks. This is the classic view, and the earlier which we are looking is have done development in classics, and but lightning has some different more features, so which we can learn gradually. So there is no as such that difference, just the difference is like how the application would look like. That's it. So when we, okay, so this is how, and here you can see different like chatter, campaigns, leads, accounts. What is this? This is basically the objects. So in Salesforce, like in any other applications you have learned, like how the application would work, like they have some objects, right? So here we can see these are the objects, means through whichever we can perform different tasks. So this sometimes they have given the standard objects also, like accounts, opportunities. These are the standard objects which has been provided by the Salesforce itself. It has been come by default. And according to the user requirement, according to the business requirements, we can also create our own object that is called the custom object. So we will learn how to create the objects and all, but I'm just giving you some overview, like these are the objects in the Salesforce. Here I have created some custom objects as well, and there are some, these are the standard objects which has been given by default. Okay, and here you can see the app menu. So as I have mentioned you, like we have different modules. So here you can switch to different apps. Suppose for one project, for one live project, you are working for sales. So just you can go to the sales app. For other project, if you're working for the service modules, so you should just go into the service modules and perform the tasks of these are the objects in the service modules, right? So if you're working on the marketing modules, so you just go to the marketing modules and you can see all the objects. So you can perform the work in the marketing modules. So this makes our work very easy to go to different objects, different apps, and then perform our own application work. Okay. So now I will show you what exactly is. Now this Salesforce, if any live project, suppose a business has purchased a Salesforce for their business, so we are doing a live project for that. Okay, so they have some company name, right? What company they belong to and what are the informations considers in that particular company of that business. So where that's stored. So in order to see the information of a company, or if you want to see anything in the Salesforce, you just need to go to the setup. Setup is like a settings. It is a background settings in which you can go to the setup and see what type of things are available in the Salesforce. Like here, this is just a front view, but when we go to the setup, we can go to objects, we can go to company information, or we can go to anywhere with the help of a setup. But if I go, suppose if I switch to Lightning here, so this I can see the overall front view of the Salesforce, but I can't see what exactly there behind these objects, like what are there in behind the accounts, contacts, campaigns. For that, I need to go to the setup. So in the Lightning, the setup is different. It's like here. And for the classics, first. And okay, how to switch from Lightning to Classics? You just go here. Here you can also see your profile through which you have logged in. And just here it is there, switch to Salesforce Classic. So just go there. And this is the classic version. Now, when we go to setup, okay, so setup looks like this, in which you have a quick search box. So anything you can search here with this, with the help of this box. Okay, so if I want to search the company information of the Salesforce, so just write company information, and here you can see the company profile. Okay, so now we are having a different details of that particular company. So let's go one by one. First, we go to company information. Just go to company information, and here you can see what company the organization belongs to. So the organization name, suppose if I have given L&T Infotech, this is my primary contact. Now these are the default languages. Okay, so here one thing which need to be noted, which mostly people ask in interview as well, like this language is the organization language, but we can also provide the user specific language. Suppose in the organization, if a user want to change their language, they can do that. So that setting would be need to be done. So user specific language is different, and the default language for the organization is different. So we can do the settings for that. So here you can see, okay, one important thing as well. Here you can see the organization ID. Okay, now if every company, suppose every company has their own organization name, right? Different organizations have their different names. So according to that, in Salesforce, they have the different ID. So if you want to query any doubt according to for your organization, suppose in the Salesforce only, if you want to post some doubts, post some query in the Salesforce customer, then you need to provide this organization ID, which is very important. Here also you can see in the URL, this is the organization ID. So they can identify your organization with that particular ID. Okay. Now here also we have given the instance. Instance also play a very important role. We have different instances in the Salesforce. So you came to know when you work on it as well. When we go further, see, now here these are different licenses which we are using in the Salesforce. Okay, so when I tell you about the developer org, we are in the developer org. So in the developer org, only 2 users are active at a time. Right now, I am active and another one is also maybe active. So I'm using the Salesforce license because it has the features which are provided by the Salesforce. So like that, we have different license, and it totally depends upon what type of license that particular organization want to purchase for their users according to their own requirements. So here we just can see like how many total licenses are available in the org and how many are using at that particular moment. Suppose an organization has 500 employees and means 500 users, so they can use that particular license according to their requirements, and they can also purchase the total licenses according to their requirements. So it totally depends on the requirements, but here in the company information we get the idea how many licenses are available, how many are active, and how many are in used. When we go further, these are the permission set licenses. Okay, what do you mean by permission set licenses? Here, these are our standard license which we are which the Salesforce are providing. Now, permission set license is basically adding some more extra features. Suppose Salesforce want to do some work, but they are not able to do some particular amount of work, so they are providing some permission set licenses to that user so that they can also perform such type of work in their org. So it's just like that. We have some feature license as well, and the user based. So this information we can get from when we are going in the company information. Now, when we go to second tab, okay, in company profile, we have seen company information. Now, fiscal year, if you want to adjust some financial year for your org in the system, so you can do that. Just go to the fiscal year and just select the month from which you want to start that fiscal year. Suppose I want to start from January, and just save it. When you save it, this is the standard fiscal year, and you can also customize it, like from not, you don't want from January, you want from different month, and you want to change the name and everything. So you can also customize it and set your fiscal year here in the org. So this is yeah. Now, if you want to set the business hours, okay, sometimes in a live project, you may get some query like user want to set their business hours in the org. Now, what do you mean by this? Like business hours, like if we are working from morning 9 to 5, so they want to set in the system so that they can only work from morning 9 to 5. After that, the user is not able to log in. So you can just set it here in the org. Just change, it is by default is there. Just change the time zone of India. It's available. When you select the time zone of India here, and here 24 hours is selected. If you don't want 24 hours, you can just edit it and just give, suppose 9 to 5, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. like this. If you want to give, like you can give like to all. And like this, you can change to Sunday to Monday, Saturday, everything, and just save it. So you have set the business hours for your organization. This totally depends upon the requirement of your project. Okay, so sometimes people want to change, sometimes they don't want to change. So just you can do it by default as well. Again, we have the option for holidays. Now you want to set some holidays in your org for your project. So you can do that. Just go there, give some holiday name. Like if I have given Republic Day, and it's on 26th of January, and just save it. Okay, if you don't want the standard one, and if you want to set some particular customized days, that also you can do. Just uncheck this checkbox and just provide the dates and just save it. So like that, we can set up the holidays also in our org.
Yeah,
And then there is
yeah, just some of them are asking how it will be look in the lightning comment. So lightning view, same company settings.
yeah, it will be the same only. There's just the lookup would be different. I'm showing you in classic because it's easy to work in the classic for me and for many people, because I've started working in classic. When you go to lightning also, I'll show you, just go there and just do but if I'll show in both the org, then it will take, I think, a lot of time for us.
From chat, they're asking how it will be viewed in lightning.
See, lightning is this. So when you go to setup, here also lightning, we have the setup like this. And in lightning, if you go company information like this, see here also it's showing company information is there. This is how it shows in lightning. It's mostly the same, just the lookup field is different. So this is also, here also we have the org ID and everything. Licenses would be there. Okay, so this is the company information, and then we can provide the fiscal year settings. Also here we have the custom and standard fiscal years. Then we have the holidays. So we can also give the holidays. Like here, already given Republic Day, you can also customize your holidays like this in the Lightning. And customize means, suppose if you want some fun day, like that fun day holiday, you can tell and just uncheck, change the date, any particular date, and you can select the time. Suppose morning 9 to 12, 1 p.m. So you can announce that particular day, 9 to 1, we have a holiday, and just save it. So like that, in the org, you can save your holidays as well. Then we have language settings. So you can change the language and just save it.
So
So these
Ruchi,
are,
sort of interrupt, like in like if we set some business hours or holidays during that period, does the system get logged, or even we can proceed during that period?
see, yeah, in the business hours, if you really want that, only those particular hours the users will work, and after that they are not able to log in. So definitely the system will get locked, but you need to do some settings more as well. But here in the or we can provide like these are the business hours. After that, they should not able to log in. So in that particular object, just define it, and they will get the errors. They will not be able to log in the business hours.
Okay, then in holidays period.
No, holidays, it's not like mandatory for that. It's like for us, for the team, to just recognizing like in the
So it's
system.
like an announcement, right?
Yeah. It's not a warning or as such that they're not able to log in. It's just like we are doing with mails. So here in the system, we are doing it and everyone can see it. You can also set up, like in Salesforce, we have an option which we can see, I think, in more classes tomorrow or after that. Like when once you announce the holidays also, then a mail would be pop up to all the users who are using the system, so that they can also get the notification like, okay, hey, it's a holiday for this to this times on that particular date. So like that, we can also customize our system.
Okay, Ruchi, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so I'll go to classic. Okay, so we have learned about how the company's information, everything is used. Now, who are using the Salesforce? The users, right? Means someone is there who need to use the Salesforce. So they are called the users. Now, how to create the users, how to see the users and all those things. So again, we need to go to setup, and here you can type user. See, in the manage users, you can see so many things, how you are managing the users. So here, just go to user, and you can see like we have different users who are already active. So when you click to new user, so here we can create new users. So if you want to give any name, suppose if I'll give Pratima Katare, any. Okay, now here what you are able to see, this is our user page. Okay, so what we are doing, we are creating a user, and now you are seeing red, something in red, right? What is that? It is like these are the mandatory fields which you need to fill it. Means if you not fill it, then it will not save it. So just give any random email ID, bc@gmail.com, like that. Now here, now this is important thing, like a user, what the user can do. So in the Salesforce, we have some certain roles which we can provide to the users. So this I will discuss little later. Just you can see it like here we have the license, which we have also seen before, like we have different licenses. If we can give Salesforce license, so Salesforce license has some particular features for the Salesforce work. If we will give some chatter external license, so that license will have some particular work for that particular user. So according to our requirement, we can provide the license and we can provide the profiles. This I will discuss you later. Just in the Salesforce, we have some standard profiles and some customized profiles as well. So we can select any of this and just go down, select the time zone, what you want for the system. Like we have Indian time zone I have selected. English is fine for me. Okay, and then we can save it. So we have what we have. Okay, it's xyz@gmail.com. It's also there. Okay, they are saying that this particular email IDs users are also available in the system. So we need to give some unique email ID. So this question you may also get in interview. Like if we are getting error while creating the users, what are the reasons for that? Okay.
After .com, why can't you try .in or something? It may work, I guess. After gmail.com.
Sorry?
After gmail.com, .in or something, provide something, so it may work.
No, I think it's a username. Then
yes. Username should be in email format, right?
wfg@gmail.com.
The role is not selected, I think.
The role is not.
Yeah. I think previous ones I have already used, that's why they are not allowing me. So like this, we can create the user. Now in the Salesforce, we have some particular, like some standard users would be there. And also if suppose in the live project, some users, suppose you in the company, you have 500 users and they will, in the 500 users, some users has forgotten their password. Like, because we are the system admin, right? System admin, who are system admins? Who have all the rights for all the objects, for all the applications, they can perform all the tasks. In Salesforce, system admins are those who have all the rights to do everything, right? So mostly we are the admins. So we have every rights. We can go, we can create any objects, we can modify any objects, we can delete any objects, we can do anything with the users and everything, because we have the strongest rights. So system admins are those in the Salesforce. Now, suppose in your company, if you have 200 users and some users want to reset their password, so that rights only have to the system admin. They can only reset the password. So you just go to that particular user and just reset the password. Once you've done it, then a mail would be pop up to that particular user, and then they will need to click that link and they can reset the password. So these are the activities which the admin needs to perform. Like in the company, if you are setting the business in the Salesforce, then the admin needs to create the different users, need to provide the roles and profiles, which we'll discuss later, need to provide them to the users, like what actions the user perform in the system, and as well as need to change the passwords and everything. So emails should be same or different? I'm sorry, your voice is not audible. Like here, you can see we have different users, right? So
Hello, Ruchi. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now.
So tell me, username email should be different or same?
No, it should be different. It
If it
can't
is
be
same,
same.
then is this
See,
problem?
yeah, because you have seen, right? When we are creating a new user, this is the mandatory field, and this need to be different. Otherwise, how you can define like what would be the username and email ID for that particular user?
Hello. Okay, got it.
Okay. So if suppose this particular user came and they will say you, oh, please change my password. So just go to that particular user and you can reset the password. So we have the rights for resetting the password as well. Now, when we go back to the users, we have some user management settings. Okay. Okay, so this is the basic things which I need to tell you before I'll jump to some important part. Like,
Yes, sorry to interrupt, Ruchi. Ruchi, if the user was out of our system, so can we delete that respective user?
yeah, you see here you can see like active. Like, suppose if the user has not logged in your system for so long, and you don't want to you want to create some space, right? You don't want that particular user to occupy your license, and you want to release that particular license, so just deactivate that user so that it will not use your license, because every user we are giving them the license, right? So they are using our license, they are and we are paying for that, so we can't provide like license as such to any users. So if the users who are not active, because in some projects it is actually a real task, they really deactivating the users, so they will provide like quarterly or every 6 months they recheck like those users who are not active and who are not in the system, just deactivate them. And if after some period of time still they are deactive, then we can delete it. We can't delete initially like that, but after making deactivate and we don't want them in the system, then you can go and just delete the user.
So, like in the user settings, after seeing the user, I found a button called freeze. What is that
Sorry, what?
in your screen? Like after you have created the user, I have found a
Hmm.
button freeze. So, what is that?
Yeah, you can freeze for some period of time. Like, you don't want to deactivate, you just want to freeze it so that no one can active that particular user, right? So you can use the freeze button, but we hardly use to freeze the users as such, because it's not a good practice to do in the Salesforce.
Hi, Ruchi. Just one thing I just wanted to tell you, because you just told about you can delete the user, but you cannot delete the user in the Salesforce. You can only deactivate it.
No, no, you have misunderstood it. I said like initially, suppose what I'm telling you, the live examples in the live projects. Sometimes what happens, like the some people want like they recheck the systems like every 6 months or 12 months. They want to see how many users are actually active in the system and how many users are not active and not working as such, because they want to release the licenses which the users are using, right? So what happens, like after 6 months or 12 months, first they deactivate the users initially, and still after some period of time that particular user is not, because sometimes people may leave the company and whatever reason happens, so after deactivating they can delete the users as well. So it's totally depend upon your project in which you're working and the people with whom you are working.
Yeah, guys, you can ask your question during the Q&A
Yeah,
session. Yeah, that way, because it is disturbing the
because
plan.
because
So
we don't
post your
have that
question on the
much
chat.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, post your question on the chat, or at the end of this session, we'll be having a Q&A. At the time, you can ask your questions, because many of them are there, so we should not delay their time also. We have to consider others' times also. Okay. Influence in the
And then
chat.
could you please speak aloud because many of the joiners are just keep on asking queries. So kindly speak aloud and inform that they can ask their queries in the chat box because others are really affecting.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, understood. Kindly or post your question in the chat, or you can ask your questions during the Q&A session, okay? Because the flow will be disturbed, right? So I think you can understand. Others
Yeah.
also there in the meeting. Okay,
So
thank you.
yeah, thanks. Okay, so because we need to cover a lot and we have very less time, so I just want you guys to show you some beautiful thing which I have started working when I was learning Salesforce. So let's go that way. Okay, so I'll tell you one thing. Suppose we have a project called hotel management. Okay. So what are the things which are there in the hotel management? Like suppose we can say we got one requirement of hotel management. Okay. And hotel management, we have what we have? We have the customers, right? Who will come for that particular hotel. So we have the customers and then we have the hotel. Okay, so here we are dealing with the project name as hotel management, in which we have some customers and we have the hotels in which we are dealing with. Okay, so in the Salesforce language, okay, first I will tell you what exactly the scenario of the project, and then we can go into the Salesforce language, what exactly it means. So in customers, what are the details we need to take for the customers? Its name would be there, customer name, then contact would be there. We can take their email ID and we can take their address. Okay. And in hotel's name would be there. And the type of the hotel, suppose it's a 3-star, 4-star, like that, you can say it's a type. Please don't type anything in Excel. I can see that. Okay, now and address would be there. So this is our hotel management project. We have customers and hotels, and these are their details. Now, this we need to store in the Salesforce system. How we can do that? Okay, here, so in the Salesforce language, I will tell you like hotel management would be the app. This is the application which we are creating in the Salesforce. So hotel management would denote the app. The customers and the hotels, these are belong to hotel management only. So the customers and hotels in the Salesforce language, we can say these are the object. Okay, these are the object in the Salesforce language. Now, if we want to store this, we also need some data types, right? What exactly the data types means? Like we all have our own names. Like my name is Ruchi and you all have your own names. So like that in the Salesforce, the system will understand these things with their data types. So we need to define what type of data type we need to give to this. Now, what are these? These are the fields. These are the objects. Customers and hotels are the objects, and these are the fields for that. So here we can say these are the fields. Hotel name means name, contact, email ID, address. These are the fields for that customer object. And hotel name, type, and address are the fields for hotel object. Okay, so now we have to define the data type. So name will be, we have text data type. So name can be stored in the form of a text only, right? So the name data type would be text. Contact number should be stored in the form of phone number. So we have a data type also in the Salesforce names phone. So contact should be stored in phone data type. Email have their own data type as email, and address also we can store in the form of text. Like this, here also hotel name would be text type. Okay, now type, we have, suppose a hotel have do 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, any. So here I will tell you, when we will perform, we can store it in pick list. What does pick list means? Like we have 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. So all these we have the list. What type of pick list we want to store. So this type we will store in the system in the form of pick list. And again, address will be stored in text. This is okay. Now we can see how it works in Salesforce, how we can create this in Salesforce. Okay. So first of all, what we need to do, first we need to create the objects. What are the objects? Our customers and hotels. So just go to the org. Again, we need to go to setup for everything and just click here, object. Okay, so here we can, now we are creating the custom objects. I told you earlier, like in the Salesforce provides some standard objects. So as you can see, they have campaigns, leads, contacts, opportunities. These are the standard objects which has been already given by the Salesforce by default. But now if we are creating a new project, suppose if we have this requirement, we have to create a hotel management application in our system. So for that, we need to create our own custom object. So that is only we are doing it. So just go to the object, create new tab, new custom objects. Now give the name. First we are creating what? Our name, its name would be customers. Or we can say hotel customer. Now here, see, here it is, this is called the label. First option, we are giving the label. What does the label means? Label means like if whatever name you will give here, the name of the object would be that. Suppose we have given here, you can see. So these are the labels. So whatever name you will give here, the object name would be that only. Now it is asking me plural as well. So just go there, paste it and S. Okay. So if you want to give any description, you can give the description as per your requirement. Okay. Now, one thing it's important, why whenever you create any object, just allow this. Well, I will tell you why. Because later on, we can perform many tasks in that particular object, like we can create the reports and all those things you will not understand now, but just allow all these things and just go down and just save it. So here what we have done, we have created our own custom object, right? Hotel customer, in which you can see the details. Now, what are these things? This is which you are seeing here is this is the detail page. In the Salesforce language, it is called as the detail page. Why it is called detail page? Because it is showing all the details of this. And the lower, when we go down, whatever things we are seeing, like standard fields, how many standard fields are there in that particular object, how many custom fields are there in that particular object, and anything more, whatever you are seeing here, these are called the related list. These things are called the related list, and the above things are called the detailed list. Okay, so we have created our own custom object name as hotel customer. Now again, what we need to do, we have created this. Hotel customer we have created. Okay, now we need to create now the fields, right? Custom fields we need to create for our own particular object. So just go back to the org. And here you can see the option called custom fields, right? So just click on new. First field which you are creating is, I think the name has already been created. See, by default, whenever you create any object, the name has been created. So we don't need to create the name. We can create the contact number. So just click on new. Now here contact number data type, which we have selected, what we have said, it's phone, right? So we need to select the phone as the data type. Here we have the phone. Now these are the list of the data types. Okay, whenever you click on new and whenever creating any new field, any new object, any new field, mostly any new field, if you click, then they will ask you what type of data type you want to use for that particular field. So here are the list of all the data types given with their description. We can see that. So when we go to phone, just see, it is showing allow users to enter any phone number, automatically formats as a phone number. So this is the phone number data field. Okay, now click next. Now here also we need to give the label. So the label is phone number. We have given contact now. So just give contact. Description is not mandatory. Okay, here also one more interview question, like if someone said you want to make this field required means compulsory, like whenever anyone enter the data in that field, it should be compulsory. So here we have the option in the Salesforce called required. When you click this, then that field becomes mandatory. So you can't save the data before entering that thing, but we can't do that right now. I'm telling you just for your information. Go next. Okay, whenever you create any field, in the third tab, these are the things. Okay, I will tell you later on only. Just click next and just save it. So you can see here, see, you have created one custom field called contact. This is the field which we have created on the custom object, which is our hotel customer. Okay, so we have created, I guess name has already done, contact is done. Now we will create email ID. So just again go back to this, create on new. Again select the data type, which is now we are creating email ID. So we have a data type called email. Here also allows enter the email address. So we need to select the email ID data type. Click next. Now here also give the label, which is the email. Go down, click next. Click next and save it. The last thing which we need to enter is now address. Our two fields has been created. We will create the third one, address. Now for address, we are selecting text. Now in the text, we have multiple options, like in text, small text, then we can use text. If we have text more than 255 characters, then we can use text area. If we have more long characters, then text area long. All these things according to their requirement. So I will just select text, click on next. Here, just give the address. Length, you can define any particular length and just click next. Click next. and save it. So our hotel customer, we have created these 3 fields. Okay, now, but are you able to see here anything? No, right? So, okay, first we have created this object and these are the fields. Now let's create another object called hotel. So again, go back to object. Create new custom object, named it as hotel. Just paste it down as hotels. Go down, allow all these things to be performed in your object. Just go down and save it. So our hotel custom object has been created. Now we will create the custom fields. So whenever we create the object, these fields are by default created, but we are creating the custom fields. So name has been created. What we need to create? Second is type. Okay, now we are creating a type field whose data type is pick list. Now what the pick list means? So let's create new. Now here you can see we have a pick list, right? So when we select pick list, we need to give the label, which is type. Now here we have to give the values. So what type of values we are giving? Like this is the hotel and we are giving how many types of hotels? So we can say it's 2-star, enter 3-star, enter 4-star and 5-star. So these are the pick list values. Like whenever this field has been created, these values we will be able to see and we can select according to our requirement. So this is what the concept of pick list is. And just click on next. Here we have defined like what pick list we want. So just click on next. Click on next and just save it. So see here it has been created. Now we one more field need to be added, which is called address. Here it is text. When we go to next, sorry, this is called address. We need to give the length and just click on next. Okay, so it's done. Now we have created our 2 objects and each object we have created our own fields. But where to see it? Are you able to see anywhere? Where to click it? No, because we haven't created yet. Because we haven't created here in the tab. So we have created objects, we have created fields, but have we created app? No. So what we need to do, just go again in the setup here, just type app. Now we need to create the application also, right? In which application we need to use it? Yeah. So just go to app, create new. We are creating the custom app. So go to next. Now here give the app label, whatever app name is, hotel management. Both names should be same because it would be easier when we do the coding in the later part. So keep a practice always keep the label name and the app name, means the label and the name should be same, because in the development, when you will learn the development and whenever any developer do the development, so it would be easier for them as well to perform the coding. So just go to next. Here we don't need to create insert any image. Go to next. Okay, here they are asking me. Hello. Okay, so they are asking what tabs, means these are the already standard objects which are already available. So they are asking like in your app, right, which we have seen here, na? These are the apps. So if we are suppose in the marketing, so these are the objects which are available. So system is asking if I'm creating my own app, which is hotel management, what type of objects I want to need. So I can say, okay, let's take account and contact, and that's it. It's your choice. If you don't want any, then also it's fine. Click next. Visible. I will tell you what this visible means later on. Save. So we have created our app. See here, it's a hotel management. Okay, now I should see in the apps, this is the app concept. It means these are the list of the apps. So in the list of the apps, I can see now my app, which is the hotel management, in which I have selected only these two. Okay, now, but where is my custom objects, which I have created, right? We have created hotel, customers, and hotels. So where is that? So in order to take that, what we need to do, again, go to setup. Now we want them in the tabs. These are called the tabs. So we want these, our objects should be available in the tabs. So go here, type tab, click on tabs, and we need to create our own tab. What object we are creating? Our own tabs. Suppose, let's say it's both, we need to create the tabs now. So it's a hotel customer. First we can take the customer. We need to select the style. Any style you can select. Style is like, it's nothing, just the icon which we are using. So first we are creating hotel customer as our tab, so that we can see in the tab portion. Okay. This I will tell you when we will learn about profile. Go to next. Again next, and save it. See, now I can see my hotel customer tab in my hotel management. Also, I want hotel. So again, type tab. Okay, we are there only. New. Select hotel. Select any icon. Next. Next. And save it. So we can see here we have the hotel management app, and we can see our two custom objects which we have created. Okay. Now, when we go to, suppose we go to hotel customers. Now we want to see, like we have created our fields also, right? These are the fields. So how it's looking, and so just go to hotel customer, create new. Now give some name to the customers. Suppose let's me give Paheli Das. Let's give the contact number. Give any email ID. Paheli Das @gmail.com. and any sort of address 135 Arera and save it. So once we save the record, it's look like this, in which we get all the details of the which we have entered it. So here also you can edit the record, you can delete the record, you can clone. What do you mean by clone? Means like suppose if you want the exact customer details, so you can clone it. Please everyone mute yourself. So we can create more records. Let's say Priya Ranjan contact, email address, now what is the difference between save and new? So once you save it, you will just go to that particular customer. But if you save and new, what happens? When we do save and new, it will save this particular object, this particular field, as well as it will pop up the new window so that you can also enter the new customers. So when we do save and new, see, I can enter the new one. So let's give name. Okay, so these are our customers which we have created. So we can create some hotels as well. Let's give Radisson 5-star Indore. Save and new. Taj 4-star Mumbai. Save and new. Okay. So we have learned how to create the objects. We have learned how to create the fields, and these are our custom objects and custom fields. Okay. Now we can see the page layouts. What do you mean by page layouts? Like you are seeing here, these are the fields. Okay. And these are the fields which are showing like this. So how the page layout works and how we can perform, how we can change the layout. Because suppose if sometimes in the project customers telling you, I don't want these all in one side, I want this to here and I want this to in the right side. So is it possible? So just go there. Now, how to go to page layouts? So what we need to do, if we are in one particular record, this is the record, right? Hotel object. In the hotel object, these are the fields which we have created, and this is one particular record of that hotel. So here you can see this icon. In this icon, there are different things which we can go there. See here, it is showing me view field. So we can go to different view fields. We can go to the object, and all these things are there. So when we go to the layout, it is showing me edit layout. Just go there. So this is how the page layout concept works. This is the page layout in which you can see these are our fields which we have created, and these are the settings of the page layout. These are the fields. So if we want, suppose we don't want the address in our system, so what we can do, just drop there. We can bring this to here. So, and when we save it, see, we are not able to see the address because we have removed that from our page layout. So what the page layout do? Page layout is nothing, just how how, suppose sometimes in the particular record you don't want some fields to be shown to your customers. So what we can do, we can hide it from the page layout. So again, go to the layout, and but we want the address to be shown. So what we can do, just drag and drop. It's very simple. Just drag and drop. Now if we don't want the address should be here, we want it should be somewhere like here and like this. So we can just save it again. So you can see like address comes here. So this is how the concept of page layout works. And in page layouts, we can also manage the buttons. Suppose if you have some buttons also, we haven't created any button, but if you have created any buttons, so you can bring those buttons to down and bring up. So drag and drop would be there. Then quick actions would be also be managed. In Salesforce, if we have some quick actions, how we can publish the page and everything, global publisher layout. So we can manage the quick actions, then mobiles and lighting actions. This also can be managed here in the page layout itself. And the related list. Now related list is like what I have told you earlier also. Whenever you see a record in the down, we can see some related list, right? Like here, this is the detail list. This question you can ask, interviewer ask, like what is the difference between the detail list and the related list? So this is the detail page in which all the details of that particular record is there, and these are the related list. Now, if you don't want to see this related list in that particular record, so just go in the layout and just hide it. Go to the related list and just remove it. See here, it is showing me remove related list. So once you removed it, so this list will be gone, and only those can be seen which you want to show in your record. So we can manage these things with the help of our page layout. So this is the concept of the page layout. Okay. So we have this project is all means we have created every customs and objects.
Yeah, Ruchi, just can you unshare the screen and you can reshare, because somebody has scribbled on the screen. You can stop sharing and you can reshare it again.
Okay, sure.
Guys, kindly don't scribble on the screen. So
yeah. Okay. So before go into profiles and permission sets, once more go into the concept of relationship. Now, what is the concept of relationship? When you go to, okay, I'll explain you here only. What does relationship means? Like suppose we want to create some relationships between the customer, hotel customer and hotels. Like if someone, we can say like one Radisson, suppose the hotel name is Radisson, right? So one Radisson has different customers, correct? And one Radisson has one customer as well. So there are different type of relationships which exist in the Salesforce as well. But why to use the relationship? Because it makes our understanding much more easier. Data redundancy would be reduced. Data inconsistency would be reduced. Because if we will not have the concept of relationship in the Salesforce, then we need to store all the data. Suppose if there is no concept of relationship and we want to see like this particular customer. Hello. Is there any disturbance? Yeah, so if we want to see like this particular customer, if I go there, if we want to see like suppose this particular customer is going on which hotel, I don't have any data for that, right? So we can for making our work much more easier, because right now we are dealing with very less 2 3, but in the live projects we are dealing with thousands and thousands of data. So for that, to make our work much more easier and to make the user-friendly system, we need the concept of relationship. So there are different types of relationship. It's like one-to-one. One-to-one means one customer belongs to one hotel, like that. But one-to-many, like one hotel belongs to many customers. Then many-to-many, like many customers belong to many hotels. So like that, we have different type of relationships. So, but in the Salesforce, mostly we are dealing with two relationships. First is lookup. Lookup relationship. And the second is master relationship. Mostly question asked in the interview with this concept only. So what do you mean by lookup and what do you mean by master? So let's say, okay, let's go here. Okay, first I will tell you the basic difference. Lookup relationship means like in that particular customer, we just have a lookup that for that customer, it will belong to which hotel. So lookup relationship is simply, we can provide the data to this particular customer, like which hotel it's belong. So in relationship, one important thing, like here we need to identify who is parent and who is child, because relationship always exists between the parent and child. So in this scenario, hotel would be the parent, right? And the customer would be the child, because one hotel belongs to many different customers. So it's like hotel would be the parent and customer would be the child. So in lookup relationship, in we can say like which child belongs to which particular parent, like that. But for the and in the master relationship is totally a different scenario. In lookup relationship, if the parent does not exist, suppose if I have said that hotel is customer name is Ayush and my hotel name is Redison. So if I can say that this Redison hotels, Ayush is staying in the Redison hotel. So lookup relationship exists. But if I remove Redison, then Ayush will still stay in the system. Means in lookup relationship, if the parent has been removed, still the child exists. Okay, because they have the relationship, but they don't have the dependency. But in master, it's a different scenario. In master relationship, they have the dependency. If the parent has been removed, then the child data will also get removed. It will not stay in the system. We can see how. Let's go back to our org. So we have a hotel. Okay, so this is our child. We go to Ayush and let's create one lookup field. Let's go to field. You give the idea, na? Like this is the record and how to go to the field. Just click here and view field. So this is our fields. Now here we need to create new custom field whose name is lookup. See here, you can see we have the data type as lookup also. Now we can also read, it creates a relationship that links the object to another object. We are linking hotel customer to hotel object. So it links the object to another object. The relationship field allows the users to click on a lookup icon to select a value from a pop-up list. The other object is the source of the value in the list. Let's create a lookup so you will get more idea. Click next. Okay, where we need to select the object. On which object we are creating it is hotel, right? Hotel is our parent. So we need to select the parent object, because in the child object, we want to show that that particular child belongs to which hotel. So we are creating a lookup relationship for the parent. So we will select hotel. Now where is hotel? Click on next. Give the name. Let's say hotel. I always prefer to give the same name as the label. Here, the required is unchecked. Okay, just mark it. Click on next. Click on next. And just next. And save it. See, here also, you can see the data type is lookup. Now let's see, go to the customer and select any record. See, here you can now see the hotel and this icon is there. So when you edit it, you can see here it's a lookup, means you can now search the hotel. So we can give Redison here and just save it. So this is the lookup relationship. What does it means? Like the child, the customer Ayush Tiwari belongs to Redison. So this is simply the lookup. Again, we can go to different record, edit it, and let's give them Taj and save it. And one is left. So like this, now when you create a new record also, see here, you can see the hotel. So just give the name Aman Thapak, any contact, email address, and just give any hotel. Let's say Redison and save it. So this is our lookup is. Okay. Now now we will create the master. So in lookup, there is no dependency as such. Means if we will not give the lookup data also, still the data exists. See, if I will create a new record and if I will not give anything here, suppose I create Raj Gupta, any contact, any email ID, and any address. But if I not give hotel, so is the record will get saved? Yes, because it's not dependent. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. In lookup, there is no dependency between the parent and child, but that's not the case in master. Now let's create a master. Let's go back to field, create custom field, master. New. Oh, why we are creating new? Okay, let's create it. No issue. Or we can do one thing. We will not create new. Just go to the field and let's change this only. We have created the lookup, just edit it and just change the data type of that. This is also one question you can interview may ask, like how to create master. So create the master, we can't create it immediately a master relationship. Before creating a master, first we need to create a lookup. That's also a scenario. First, we need to create a lookup, and then we can change the field data type, or you can directly create the master. So just we can change the field data type master. Next. Okay. You know why this error we are getting? Because I told you in the master, every record means in the master, every child record should be available. In every child record, the parent record should be there. In lookup, it's not compulsory that every child has parent. If I have not given the parent, means if I in the Ayush record, if I have not given any hotel name, still we are able to save it. But when we are creating master, this is very important concept. When we are creating master, every child should be has the parent name. Otherwise, we can't create it. So what we can do, this Raj didn't have hotel, right? So we can give it some hotel. Edison, save it. I guess now every child has hotels. So when we go to the record, go to field, just edit this lookup, change the field type to master, click on next, click on next. See, now it has been created. Why it's not creating? Because Raj didn't have any hotel. That's why they are not allowing me to create the master relationship. I hope you guys understand what is the difference between master and lookup, because in master, see, this is the master relationship. Now, if I will create new record, let's say, let's check it out. If I will create new record, see here, it's going to be red, means now I have to fill hotel. If I will not fill the hotel, they will not allow me to save the record. So in master, it's compulsory to have a parent record in the child. But in lookup, it's not compulsory at all. And still we can have the relationship. But in master, it's important to have a parent. Now the question arises, in master, if I delete a parent, so the child will also get deleted. So the answer is yes. This is also a question, interview question. In master relationship, if I will delete a parent record, then all those records, see here, you can see these are all the child records of this parent, right? Hotel Redison belongs to all these hotel customers. So if it is a master relationship between hotel customers and hotel, and if I will delete this Redison, if I will delete this particular parent, then this customers will also get deleted from the system. So it's very important, if we have a master relationship, we need to be very careful while deleting any record. Because if I will delete a parent, child will also get deleted. But in case of lookup, it's not the scenario. If you will delete the parent, still the child will exist. That is the main basic difference between the lookup and the master relationship. Okay. I guess I have covered relationship. Okay, let's talk about profiles. Now, what does profile means in Salesforce? So as I have told you, like if there is a user in the system, so user need to do something, like right, user need some privileges, some what I can say, some roles, something, what type of things they can perform in the system, so that we can manage with the help of a profile. Like if I will give some profile to some particular users, and if I will say, okay, this user will perform this type of task, so that we can manage with the profile. So what this is also a very big concept of security. Like sometimes customers say how we can secure our system in the Salesforce. So security concept is very big in Salesforce. We can secure the system with different levels. So this profile also comes in terms of security. So I will tell you the levels of security first. Okay, first we can see how to create the profiles. Let's go again to the setup and type profile. See here, you can see there are different already inbuilt profiles available in the system. So what is profile? Profile actually is a combination of settings and permissions, like what type of settings I need to give to the users and what type of permissions I need to give to the users. Permissions as in, like we have seen objects and fields, right? So what type of permissions means, okay, what means that particular user can able to see how many objects, how many fields, how many records, how many apps, all these permissions and all these settings. Settings means how many tabs that particular user may be able to see, how many apps that user may be able to see. So these has been managed by profiles. These are already inbuilt profile. Let's create a new profile. Okay, whenever in the Salesforce, we have some standard profiles, which has been provided by the Salesforce itself. Okay, so there are things which has been provided by the Salesforce itself. So we can't do any changes in the standard profiles provided by the Salesforce, but we can clone those profiles and we can create our own profile. So let's say, suppose I want to clone standard user profile. Standard user is a standard profile provided by the Salesforce. So we can't do some editing in standard user, but we can clone it and give our own name. Suppose hotel management profile, and just save it. See, we have created our own custom profile. Now, profile can be, we can manage the security of the system by giving the profile settings. Here in the profiles, you have everything you can do, like page layouts. You want some page, you want the user to see some page layouts and you don't want the user to see some other page layout. So you can perform the settings over here and you can change the settings. Then we have, these are the standard layouts which a user can see. Then we have field level security. Okay, now let's go to the concept of security then. See here, we have 4 type of security in Salesforce. This is also very big, vast concept, but I will tell you a glimpse of it. First, we have organize OWD, which is called as organization wide default, means organization level security. Okay, means we can secure our system on the organization level. Now, what do you mean by organization level? Like you can provide the passwords to the users. So you can manage the security of the system while giving the password level and also the location level. Suppose sometimes in some projects, what happens, like the client don't want to access the system uh, outside their BU. Means they want the customer should able to access the system inside the BU only. So what they do, they give the security on the IP level. So like the location level, like they will only able to access the system in that particular range, in that particular IP only. So we can secure the system on the location level as well, and also the time level. As I have shown you the business hours now, so that business hours is nothing but the security we are providing to the system with the time level, like from morning 9 to 5 we can give the access. After that the user should not able to log in the system, so we can provide the security on the time level as well. So all these things will come under OWD. OWD is like a vast level of security. It's like we can say security, we are doing it on organization level, then it's the broader level. And once we go down, we are just narrowing it. We are more narrowing the security. So the first level of security is the organization level security, which we can manage using the passwords, locations, time, and all those things. Then it comes the object level security. What do you mean by object level security? Like suppose we have two customers, customer A and customer B, and we have 10 objects, but we don't want that customer A would see all the 10 objects. We want customer A should see only 5 objects and customer B should see only 5 objects. So yeah, we can do that. We can perform that with the help of in the profile with the object level security. How we can do? In the profile we have, see, standard object permission. So in profile, we can manage like what object we need to give access to the customer and what object we don't want to give access to the customer. Suppose in this if a customer, I don't want to give any access of the account object, so I can just uncheck all these things and just save it and give this profile to that user. While creating the user, we have seen that here we need to provide, I can show you here also. See, while creating a new user, we need to give the profiles to that user. So how, just provide those profiles with the settings which we want, and then the user will not able to access the account object which I'm telling you. So this is what the object level security is. We are securing our org with the help of the object level, because sometimes in the live example also, you may get some situations in which you don't want to give access to some objects, or you want to give access only few objects to that user. So we can do that with the help of object level security in the profiles. Then comes field level security. How we can manage that? Okay, sometimes what happens in the object also, suppose in the object, if a user A has the access to object account, but in account object, we don't want to give access to that particular field. So we can change the access for that. Here we have given the view access, but if you don't want to give the view access, suppose if I don't want to give the view access, so just go here, edit it, and just remove this edit access. If you remove the edit access, or just remove the read access, whatever you want to change, just you can do that and just save it. So we can, okay, here one concept, this account type I have created, but these are the these are the standard objects, which standard fields of that particular object. So this I can't edit it. Standard things we can't edit it. They have the access for that. But this account type is a custom. That's why I'm able to edit that thing. So we can manage the security level on the field level security. So we can do that while changing the field, field level access. And the fourth one is record level security. We can also secure our org with the help of record level security. Like we don't want to show some records. So just go in the profile, just change the settings of the record and just provide that profile to the user, so that user will not be able to see those records. So that we are also narrowing it to the, also we can also change the page layout. Suppose if we don't want to, if we don't want our customer to see some page layouts, so we can also change from here in the profile level access. So this is we can do with the profile. But okay, but here one concept is there. Profiles are good, but suppose we have two customers. Suppose one is sales executive and one is sales manager. We have two customers. Okay. Sales executive is one customer and sales manager is our another customer. Okay. And we have given the same profile to sales executive and sales manager. But we want some more access need to be given to sales manager. Some more access means I want some more object access and some more field, means object and field access. I want to give it to sales manager. So is that can be controlled with the help of profile? No, because both we are giving the same profiles, but I want some more access need to be given. So in that case comes the concept of permission set. What does the permission set does? Permission set provides some extra features to the manager. Here I am giving same profiles, but I want some more extra features need to be provided to the sales manager. So what you need to create? You need to create a permission set. So how we will create it? Again, we go back to setup, type permission set. See here, already there are lots of permission sets which are already been created. So we will create our new permission set. We can provide any, suppose manager permission, I can say. Label name and API name should be, I suggest it should be same because it helps the developer also. And the license. Now what type of license we are using, we need to show here. So we will select Salesforce, save it. Okay, now we have created our own permission set. Now with the help of permission set, I can assign, see here, I have lots of access. I can give them the apps settings, connected app settings, objects. I can assign different objects to them. Different application permissions would be there. Apex class access. These are the Apex class codings, which I can assign to them. So I can give now n number of access with the help of permission sets. So if I go to object settings, let's go to object settings. If I want to give some object access, like account, they have no access, or any custom object we can take. Okay, let's say on the account. Click on edit. See here, they have no access, right? it's not available till yet. But if I will edit it, and if I will give them the visible access as well as read, create, and edit access, and in that account also whose fields permissions I need to give, it is also showing that. So if I want to give some fields permission as well in that permission set, so I can do that and just save it. So with the help of this permission set, this is the permission set which I have provided. Now I want to assign this permission set to that user. How to do that? So just go to manage assignments, click on add assignments, and select and check any of the user you want to assign that permission set. Suppose I have selected this and assign. See here, it's giving that this permission set has been assigned to the user. Now, whenever this user log in into the system, she will able to see those permissions which I have assigned to the user. So with the help of permission set, we are not even giving some extra features, but we are also securing our object, securing our system. Okay, but the main concept of profiles in permission set is, in profile, we can assign a single user a single profile. Okay, if I will show you, we can assign a single user a single profile. Means if there is a user A, then user A can I can assign a user A only one profile. Whenever I have created the user, here I am getting only option of single profile, right? So I can assign that user only a single profile, but it's not a case of permission set. I can assign multiple permission set. This is very important question in interview. I can assign multiple permission set to those users. We have seen here also, right? Suppose if I have the username is, let's go to Pratima only. So whenever you go to the user, you can see here, see permission set assignments. I have assigned one permission which we have already created just now. So like that, we can assign multiple permission set to her, to that particular user, because we are creating more additive features on that user now with the help of permission set. So we can assign multiple permission sets, but it's not the case with the profile. Profile can be only one for that user. So profile is not that level of security. We can secure the system with the profile from the broader level of security, but with the help of permission set, we can assign different permissions to the user. And through this 4 level of securities, we can able to secure our system, which is very, very important. Okay, so I guess I have covered this as well.
If needed, we can go for a break and we can come 2 minutes.
Yeah.